Your sister-in-law tried to destroy you. The truth is out tonight. My beloved child, stay here and do not scroll, because what is about to be revealed was prepared for this exact second. The air around you is holding its breath, and heaven has leaned in to speak through this moment. Archangel Michael says, listen closely, for the veil is lifting tonight. Remain where you are, because the next words will pull a secret from the dark and place it in the light. Every quiet ache you carried, every whispered rumor, every sleepless night is being accounted for by a justice that is not of this world. Do not look away, do not blink, because your name is being cleared. For too long a shadow has circled what belongs to you, a subtle sabotage wrapped in polite smiles and late-night lies. Your sister-in-law planted seeds that were meant to choke your peace, but those seeds are being uprooted in plain sight. Stay with me now, because the pattern will be revealed and the witnesses will rise. You will feel a sudden remembering, things you dismissed will return like pieces of a map, and the map will point to the truth. People who stood at the edge will step forward, not out of malice but because the light makes courage possible. Keep your heart steady as names and motives come into focus. Archangel Michael says, I stand between you and the hand that tried to write a false ending to your story. My sword does not tremble, and tonight it cuts wires of deception that have been hidden in family rooms and group chats. Do not move, because the guardians of the innocent are at work. There will be signs, small, undeniable confirmations that the story you have been carrying is not the whole story. A message will appear at the right time, a forgotten voice will remember, and a witness will speak in a way that cannot be ignored. These confirmations will line up like stars to show you the path forward. Hear this clearly: exposure heals the wound of betrayal by naming it and removing its power. Once the truth is spoken, the influence that attempted to bind you will lose its hold. Stay here until the end, because the unmasking is the beginning of your restoration. You may feel a surge of emotion as old hurts surface to be cleansed, and that is part of the healing, not the danger. Grief and relief can come together like rain and light, and both are necessary for new growth to appear. Hold your breath steady and your spirit soft as this season unfolds. Tonight someone trusted will remember a detail they thought small, and that small detail will change everything. A receipt, a time, a tone in someone's voice, what seemed trivial will become the hinge that opens the door. Keep your eyes fixed on these moments, they are the proof that truth has allies. Do not allow fear to replay the false story in your mind now that pieces are shifting. Your role is to receive confirmation, not to chase vindication. Let the process of exposure happen through the people and the evidence that arrive at the right timing. Archangel Michael watches as order returns, and he calls you to remain calm while the court of truth convenes. You will sense a rearrangement in the house of your life, a seating chart of favor moving, a quiet reallocation of honor. Where shame once sat there will be a new seat for dignity, and where suspicion circled there will be a clearing for clarity. This redrawing is gentle but decisive, stay with it through the end. There may be moments when anger wants to rush forward and speak before the facts are fully known. Hold that voice tenderly and let wisdom guide your speech. The best justice is patient, and the best testimony is measured. Allow the truth to do its work rather than fueling a second shadow. Watch as allies you did not expect step into alignment with you, drawn by an unseen thread that only heaven can weave. Friends, neighbors, colleagues, the silent ones, they come because integrity calls. Accept their presence as part of the unfolding blessing. Tonight the scales will not tip by chance, they will tip because evidence, timing, and divine oversight have conspired together. A conversation you overheard, a camera you forgot about, a timestamp that refuses to be erased, these are the instruments of release. Keep looking for them, they are your keys. When the revelation lands, people will notice a new atmosphere around you, a lightness that was not there before, a steadiness in your step. This is not vanity, it is the sign that interference is lifting. Receive it with humility and the quiet strength of someone who has been vindicated by truth. Some will try to minimize what happens tonight, to call it coincidence or rumor. Do not be shaken by their attempts to rewrite consequence. The tide of exposure moves regardless of early denials, and the final current will carry clarity. Trust the process rather than those who wish the tide would reverse. There may be a moment when you must speak a firm sentence of boundary, when a line must be drawn with care and finality. Do not fear to mark where betrayal may no longer enter your life. Protection is a sacred right and a wise art. Set that boundary with dignity and let it stand. As the night moves toward resolution, notice how peace begins to fill the spaces that were once hollowed by suspicion. It will not be loud, it will be a steadying hush, the kind that settles after the storm. This hush is your restoration taking root. Hold on to the simplest truth: you were not the architect of what was plotted against you, yet you are the one chosen to rise above it. That choice is not yours alone, it is carried by forces that honor innocence and expose deceit. Stay here, because your rise is being recorded in realms visible and invisible. There will be a crowning moment when a voice says the name of the one who worked against you and the room changes its shape. In that instant, the past will lose its ability to command your present. Let that instant be your turning point. When the truth settles, practice gentle amnesty for yourself, not for the betrayer, but for the part of you that wondered if you were to blame. Release the self-accusation and step into the truth that you were always on the right side of your own story. This is the deeper freedom that follows exposure. Tonight is a threshold between a season of silent attack and a season of public clearing, and you are allowed to cross it fully. Archangel Michael says, "Rise with the dignity of one who has been observed, defended, and delivered." Walk into your next day as someone whose name has been restored. Remain until this message ends, do not let distraction pull you away, because the final lines are the ones that place the seal. When the last moment passes, the echo will be different, your life will sound like someone who has been justified. Carry that echo into tomorrow. Now breathe deep, my beloved, and feel the steadying hand of heaven upon your shoulder. The truth is out tonight, the light has done its work, and a new chapter begins for you, one of honor, clarity, and peace. Stay here until the last word, because your life will never be the same again. Stay right here, don't scroll, because what is about to unfold is not just revelation, it is continuation. The story did not end when the truth surfaced, it only began to breathe. Every word you hear now is a step deeper into the light that refuses to be hidden any longer. The atmosphere around you is shifting again, as though unseen hands are rearranging the pieces of your life. What was scattered is being gathered, what was twisted is being untangled, and what was broken is being carefully restored. Do not move, because the restoration is already working in your favor. Archangel Michael is still here, standing watch at the edge of your destiny. His wings are spread wider now, not just protecting but lifting you into a space of undeniable favor. He declares over you, what was meant to bury you will be the very ground from which your greatness grows. Stay until the end, because signs are being released. You will hear words that confirm what was whispered here, you will notice eyes shifting when the truth is mentioned, you will see doors opening where they were once slammed shut. Every sign is a stamp of heaven's approval, proving that you are not alone in this fight. Do not let your focus drift, because this is the point where people reveal who they really are. The mask of pretense falls quickly when light is present. Watch carefully, expressions, tones, sudden silences, they will show you who stood for you and who stood against you. You will feel something stir inside, an unfamiliar calm, the peace that comes not from ignoring betrayal but from surviving it. That calm is your crown. It is the mark of one who has faced fire and walked out with proof that the flames could not consume them. Stay here, because heaven has not finished. Archangel Michael says, the eyes of justice are upon your family, and what was hidden in the dark corners is being swept into the center. The truth cannot be buried again. It will remain in the open until every part of it has served its purpose. This is why you must hold steady. The exposure is not only about revealing lies, it is about elevating you. Every plan that tried to reduce you will now become the backdrop for your rise. And soon, those who doubted you will have no choice but to stand and acknowledge your name with respect. Stay here, don't scroll, because this moment carries the weight of continuation. What began as exposure is now transforming into elevation. Every breath you take right now is linked to a shift that refuses to be silenced. Listen closely, the atmosphere is no longer tense with fear, it is alive with clarity. The whispers that once circled you are fading into echoes, and the truth is louder than the lies ever were. Do not move, because this is the moment justice begins to crown you. Archangel Michael is still near, and his voice is steady. He declares, what was spoken against you has already crumbled, and the ground beneath your feet is firm again. His wings create a shield so strong that no shadow can slip through. Stay with this, because his presence is proof that the worst is behind you. Stay until the end, because this part of the story is about recognition. The very people who doubted you, who believed the false words, will begin to realize their mistake. Their silence will turn to apology, their distance will turn to closeness, and their disbelief will turn to respect. Do not look away, because the truth is not done traveling. It will reach ears it has not yet touched, and when it does, the circle of clarity will grow wider. You will hear your name spoken differently, no longer as accusation, but as vindication. You will feel a rising calm in your chest, like a tide of strength lifting you higher. That is not coincidence, it is alignment. It is heaven placing you in the center of favor, in a place where your presence cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says, the hand that tried to pull you down will now have no choice but to release you. Their plan is broken, their influence dissolved, their power erased. And tonight, you will see the difference between being tolerated and being celebrated. Remain right here, because every second carries another layer of revelation. What was hidden is still unfolding, what was delayed is now accelerating, and what was denied is about to be restored in double measure. Do not scroll, this is the rise after the storm. Stay right here, don't scroll, because what is unfolding now is the stage after exposure, the season where justice begins to bear fruit. The truth has already been spoken, but tonight it grows roots so deep that no hand can ever pull it out again. Every word you are hearing is tying your destiny to clarity that cannot be shaken. The air around you feels lighter, doesn't it? That heaviness that once pressed on your chest is giving way to relief, because lies no longer sit on your shoulders. This is the shift heaven wanted you to feel, the transition from burden to blessing. Archangel Michael is standing firm, watching every step with the authority of light. He is not battling now, he is sealing. He declares, the chapter of sabotage is closed, and no force will reopen it. His sword is no longer cutting, it is engraving your name in protection. Stay until the end, because this moment is about restoration. The reputation that was stained is being washed, the dignity that was stolen is being returned, and the peace that was disturbed is settling like calm waters. What was broken is not only mended, it is strengthened. Do not look away, because the next turn is favor. The very people who once looked at you with suspicion will soon look at you with awe. Their words will change, their tone will soften, and their eyes will carry a respect they never showed before. This is not coincidence, it is divine reversal. You will notice opportunities arriving, doors opening, invitations extended. These are not random, they are rewards. Heaven always compensates for the pain endured, and your compensation begins now. Archangel Michael says, stand tall, for you are stepping into recognition. The schemes that tried to make you invisible have failed, and the light now insists on your visibility. No matter who resists, your name will rise above every shadow. Remain here, because what is unfolding tonight is bigger than exposure, it is elevation. The tables are turning, the stage is shifting, and the crown is moving toward you. Do not scroll, for this is the moment your story takes its highest turn yet. Stay here, don't scroll, because this is the moment where silence breaks and destiny speaks louder. What was once whispered in secret is now shouted by the light, and the truth cannot be covered anymore. Every second you remain here is aligning you with the justice that has already begun. The air is different now, it carries the weight of vindication. You will notice it in small details, the way people look at you, the way conversations change, the way your name carries strength instead of doubt. These shifts are not random, they are proof that heaven has rewritten your atmosphere. Archangel Michael stands at your side, his wings wide like a shield that no darkness can pierce. He is not fighting anymore, he is declaring. His voice is steady, what was meant to break you has become your foundation, and what was meant to silence you has become your story of triumph. Stay until the end, because this chapter is about more than clearing your name, it is about crowning your journey. The struggles you carried in secret will soon be seen as the fuel of your strength. The betrayals that tried to bury you will soon be the very evidence of your resilience. The heavens are making sure that nothing you endured will be wasted. Do not look away, because your rise is not tomorrow, it is happening now. The ground beneath you is alive with movement, pushing you upward. The spaces that once rejected you are preparing to welcome you. And the very voices that doubted you will have no choice but to honor you. You will feel it inside, an unexplainable calm mixed with fire. That calm is your crown, and that fire is your forward motion. They are the signs that you are stepping into a season where you cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, for heaven has stamped this moment with finality." The betrayal is over, the exposure is complete, and the elevation has begun. Nothing can reverse what has been written in your favor. Remain here, because the story is not slowing down, it is accelerating. What was once delayed is arriving quickly, what was once hidden is bursting into the open, and what was once fragile is becoming unbreakable. Stay, because your best chapter is still unfolding right now. Stay right here, don't scroll, because this is where the story begins to move with power. What was once a slow unveiling is now rushing forward like a flood, sweeping away every trace of deception. Every second you remain here is pulling you deeper into the victory prepared for you. The air is alive with movement, charged with energy that cannot be stopped. You will notice how quickly conversations shift, how swiftly the truth spreads, how suddenly clarity reaches even the most distant ears. This acceleration is not chance, it is heaven pressing fast forward. Archangel Michael stands in the center of it all, his wings spanning wide, his voice like thunder over silence. He declares, "The march has begun, and no hand can halt it. What was hidden has been revealed, and what was denied is being restored." His presence alone is the rhythm that drives your story forward. Stay until the end, because this march is not gentle, it is unstoppable. Every beat is pushing you higher, every step is breaking chains, every moment is carrying you closer to the life you were promised. The ground beneath you shakes, not in fear, but in celebration of your rise. Do not look away, because the explosion is near. The pressure that has been building, the whispers that have been circling, the lies that have been unraveling, all of them are reaching a breaking point. And when it happens, the light will burst so brightly that no shadow can remain. You will feel it inside, like a fire burning stronger, like a storm gathering energy before release. That fire is not anger, it is destiny. That storm is not destruction, it is breakthrough. Stay steady, because the eruption is almost here. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear the sound that is coming, because it is not meant to harm, it is meant to announce." It is the sound of doors bursting open, of walls collapsing, of chains snapping. It is the sound of your life rising into full visibility. Remain here, because you are standing at the edge of revelation. The march is shaking, the explosion is building, and the glow that follows will be undeniable. Stay until the last word, because you are about to witness the climax of your own story. Stay here, don't scroll, because this is the moment where the explosion finally arrives. All the tension that has been building, all the whispers that have been circling, all the truths that have been pressing forward, they collide now in a burst of clarity. What was once hidden in corners is thrown into the center of light. The sound of breakthrough cannot be mistaken. It shakes atmospheres, it shifts conversations, it changes the way your very name is spoken. The eruption of truth is not chaos, it is justice bursting through walls that tried to hold it back. Stay, because every second you remain is tying you closer to this explosion of destiny. Archangel Michael stands radiant, his sword blazing, his wings ignited with fire. He is not holding back anymore, his presence declares finality. He proclaims, "It is done." The lies are shattered, the plots are scattered, the chains are broken. His words strike like lightning, sealing what heaven already decreed. Do not move, because this explosion clears everything in its path. The false stories collapse like dust, the rumors disintegrate into silence, and the weight that once pressed your chest is gone. What remains is not wreckage, it is revelation, the pure foundation of truth shining without shadow. You will feel it inside, like the release of a deep breath you didn't know you were holding. That release is not ordinary, it is freedom. It is the sound of your spirit stepping into wide open space, no longer caged by lies, no longer cornered by betrayal. Stay until the end, because the glow is already forming. The light after the explosion is brighter than before, gentler yet more powerful. It wraps around you like a mantle, clothing you with dignity, with favor, with recognition that cannot be denied. Archangel Michael says, "Lift your head, for you are not standing in the ruins, you are standing in the glow of restoration." The very fire that exposed the truth has refined you, polished you, and made your name radiant. Nothing that was done in malice will cling to you any longer. Remain here, because what follows the explosion is eternal. This glow is not fleeting, it is permanent. It is the atmosphere of vindication, the fragrance of victory, the undeniable proof that heaven always has the final word. Do not scroll away, the greatest part of your story is just beginning. Stay here, don't scroll, because this is the part where the explosion fades and the glow takes over. The fire has burned away every shadow, the sound has silenced every lie, and what remains is radiance. This glow is not weak, it is steady, unshakable, and written across your destiny. The air is different now, it carries peace instead of tension, clarity instead of confusion. You will feel it in your chest like a calm warmth, the assurance that the storm has passed and the night is over. This glow is your confirmation that heaven has completed what it began. Archangel Michael stands near, his wings no longer in battle but in blessing. His sword is lowered, gleaming with light, not because the fight continues, but because the victory is sealed. He declares, "This glow is your crown, this light is your covering, this season is your restoration." Stay until the end, because the glow does not only surround you, it multiplies. It will touch the way people see you, the way opportunities come to you, the way respect finds you. It will spread beyond your circle, lighting places you never thought your name could reach. Do not look away, because this glow is not temporary. It is the beginning of a reign, a permanent shift in how your life moves forward. What was meant to reduce you has elevated you, and what was meant to silence you has made your voice stronger. You will notice it in small signs, favor arriving where you did not ask, peace resting where you once struggled, strength showing where you once felt weak. These are the proofs of the glow, the evidence that destiny has turned completely in your favor. Archangel Michael says, "Walk with confidence, for you are no longer surviving, you are reigning." Every step you take will carry this glow, every word you speak will echo with power, every moment you live will shine with divine light. The world cannot ignore it. Remain here, because the glow is only the beginning. Beyond it lies the eternal reign, the place where your story is not only redeemed but enthroned. Do not scroll, for the final seal of heaven is about to be placed over your life.